Hello Lautaro. Hello to all my fans and friends in Argentina. I'm very happy that at last we can do the interview today. It took me a long time. I'm very sorry for that. I apologize, but it was a very busy time. But now I'm here.
¿Cómo están, amigos de YouTube? Volvemos con un nuevo video, una nueva entrevista. En esta oportunidad volvemos, como lo hicimos con Michael Shekel del grupo Joy, volvemos al mundo del Eurodisco. Vamos a entrevistar a Joy Peters, como bien viste en el título de este video. Un grande del Eurodisco que aún sigue cantando, así que nos va a estar contando sobre su nuevo álbum que lanzó este año. Así que no te lo puedes perder. Amigos, no se olviden que el video tiene subtítulos en inglés o en español. Actívenlo así no se pierden nada de esta entrevista.
That I started to sing on the street from while I was going home from school to the place of my parents. I was singing loud, and even so I didn't know the lyrics. I made up my own language and I sang the songs I heard in the radio. And that was my first contact to music, because a close friend of my parents, he was the musical director of the world famous Wiener Sängerknaben, which is a boys choir. And they're really world famous, and they do big tours every year. And it's very hard to join this group. And he heard me singing on the street and he invited me to go to this boys choir, but it was not for me. It was not meant for me, because you were not allowed to go home every day. So you had to stay for a week, and then you can spend the weekend at home. But during the week you have to sleep in this place where the school is. And I was not the kind of child that goes away from home to sleep. And so this career never started. I don't know, unfortunately or not, I don't know. And I went to acting school, and my acting teacher, one of my acting teachers, she said to me, "You have a nice voice, you should make training for your voice as well." And so I started to have special vocal training. And when I went to Berlin in 1979, I started my professional career as a lounge singer. I sang in nightclubs, I sang wherever they allowed me to sing. And in 1983 I was working in a discotheque in Hanover. I was doing a show there, and there was a guy who came up to me in the break and he said, "I'm a musical producer. Would you like to make a record?" I said, "Of course I would like to make a record, why not?" And so he invited me to a studio, and that was Axel Breitung's studio. And he sent me some songs and I learned them. When I went to the studio, they said, "No, we're not going to record these songs. We give you some brand new ones." So I learned the brand new ones in a couple of minutes, and we recorded them. And one of them was One Night in Love, and the first one was Don't Lose Your Heart Tonight, which became kind of famous and is still in the hearts of the fans for Euro and Italo disco music all around the world. I'm there for you. When I started with Axel, my so-called manager, he was trying to make kind of a secret out of me. So he never sent me to any occasions. He never sent me to do concerts. He never sent me to do shows. I was I remember I did one TV show, and that was it, you know. And so I don't know what the plan behind all this kind of things was, but then after the second, and then we produced a whole LP which was never released. So it was recorded and put in the drawer, never to be seen again. And then he started a law fight with another company, a record company, and over this fight and over this court cases, my musical career in Italo and Eurodisco broke up. So from this very moment, I was not actually produced anymore. So they never called me, they never got in touch with me, they just forgot about me. And so I went on doing my normal artistic work. I worked in nightclubs, I did variety shows, I did movies, I did all these kind of things that artists, singers and actors do to make their living, you know. But I thought that my musical career in this special kind of music like Euro and Italo Disco was over. And actually it was, because 25 years later I was asked by Space Sound Records from New York, they found me on Facebook and they asked me, "Are you Joey Peters, the real one, or is it just a fan site?" I said, "No, it's me." And they said, "Well, we're looking for artists from the 80s. Are you interested in doing a new record, or is there any unreleased material?" And I said, "As far as I remember, there is, because we recorded a whole LP which was never released, except for a bootleg from Russia, which I found on internet and I bought myself for $65. It was a bootleg, you know. Nobody ever knows and will ever know where they got the tapes from, you know. And so this American record company, they bought the license for these old songs and they recorded 3 new ones with me in the 80s style. And so the CD Back to Joy was released, and obviously quite successful with the fans and friends in Italo and Eurodisco scene all over the world. And then they had some releases of vinyl maxi singles, and well, I was very happy with that. Yeah, Axel Bryden didn't want to continue making music with me. I don't know. I had never the chance to ask him, because I had no. Well, the one reason was there was no money available at this. I had no money. I was too young. I had no money in the background, and my so-called producer, he was gone, and so I never found a new sponsor, because you need a lot of money to produce music, and nowadays you need even more money because you need a video and you need this and you need this and you need that, and there you need a potential financier, you know, to do that, and I never found that. So that's why Axel Bryden finished working with me. Life, I don't know, I don't think so. Yes, I would like to change something, because I was too young to make all these decisions for these very big decisions, you know. I was depending on these people, because when they said to me, "Do you want to make a record?" I said, "Yes, of course." I never signed a record contract before. I had no advisors. I was really relying on these people, and I wish that I had somebody who was giving me advice to do more clever decisions, because when they, as you don't know, but I tell you now, I had the chance, I had the choice between two different ways of music, styles of music. They asked me, do you want to do the Italo disco style with Axel Breitung, or do you want to do what we call in Germany Schlager with Gigi Anderson? And and I was not able to decide, so they decided for me. And they decided, so we go and do Italo disco, which maybe was not the right way for me to make a living on it for the rest of my life. Because with this popular music, Schlager and pop music, I would have more opportunities to go on and do concerts and do this and this and this. Italo disco in Germany was kind of a wave, It came and it disappeared. And with this wave, the artists came and disappeared. Some of them had very big hits, so they could live on their success for a little longer. And some of them had only one or two, like me. And so we disappeared. And so maybe, also I like the kind of music, but maybe the decision in another direction would have been more clever.
Love is another way of life. The trust is inside. It's keeping
Because in every century of music, there is good and there is bad music. And I would not even say there is bad music, because as long as a special kind of music finds its lovers and its fans, it's fine. I don't have to like it, Millions and millions of people are fascinated by classical music. Millions and millions of people are not. So you see, I think music is always a good thing. And each and every person has to find their personal style of music that comforts them most, that suits them most, that makes them feel good. Album? Yes, I made a new album. The new album is called, as you can see it here, it's my new one, and it's called like this, And a lot of people already bought it, which made me very happy, and I hope it will be even more successful. And as far as I know, they're making some releases on vinyl and some, I don't know exactly, but these 10 songs are especially written for me by a very talented composer from Russia, Sergei Tashchenkov, and I had the privilege and honor to write the lyrics, and we recorded them in Berlin, and and I hope you like it, and I hope the people who are fans of Italo and Eurodisco music think that it's a good piece of work, art, music. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart that you stayed with me for all these years, that you continued supporting Italo and Eurodisco artists by buying the records. Unfortunately, at the moment we're not able to give concerts, but time will come and we will be back on stage, and maybe I would love to see my fans in South America personally, whether it is in Argentina, or I know I have a lot of fans in Mexico and in Brazil, and if there is any chance and any opportunity to come to your beautiful countries, I would love to. And thank you very much, Lautaro, for asking me to do this interview. Hope to see you soon. A big kiss from Berlin, Germany. Bye bye.
Espero que te haya súper encantado esta entrevista. Nuevamente te agradezco, Joy Peters, le agradezco a él por haber brindado su tiempo para realizar esta entrevista para todos los fans del canal. Así que gracias por brindar esta oportunidad de conocerte un poquito más, de conocer estos artistas que tanto nos gustan. Como te dije, espero que te haya gustado el video. Si te gustó, dale like. Si no te suscribiste todavía, puedes suscribirte haciendo clic en el botón que está abajo de este video. Activar la campanita porque se vienen un montón de novedades, entrevistas, curiosidades, biografías y demás. Así que si te gusta este estilo de música, Eurodisco, Italo Disco, High Energy, todas estas cosas que te mencioné, no te la puedes perder. Un abrazo grande a todos los fans de la música de los 80s y 90s y nos vemos en un próximo video. Chao, chao.
The streets are